One, two, do this. All right, so it was you and me.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right. So stand with one hand over the John chin, both hands. You can interlock the thumbs if you want. Just nice, deep, diaphragmatic breathing. And drop the hands. Just slowly step out. Float the hands up. Float the hands down. Connecting, resonating with energy centers, energy in the body. Harmonizing mind, breath, and body. Now spiral one up and one down. Kick the hip out just a little bit, but make sure the elbow goes back by the ear. Spiral back down, pinkies towards you, spiraling up. You can pump the legs too if you wish. Inhale, exhale, inhale. Really get that stretch. You should be able to feel the body stretching, fascia. One more time, the other side. Wrap right hand goes behind on lumbar. Left palm opens up, follow it. Let this extension kind of feel from the shoulders, elbow, the wrist, extending out. My focus is on the palm. Imagine energy coming down, and then I'm going to turn, spiral the fingers up, and come down. To the other side. That was fun. We'll do it again. Now, bring the hands in. Kind of gather your energy on my left leg, gathering to the right. I'm coming up, step out, and it's just showing claws. So my hands are kind of here, ripping in front and coming down. And press down. I want to come up, float the hands up, float the hands down. Now we're going to do all the way up. Stop, hold the breath for a second or two at the top, turn the hands over, connect with all the energy centers, crown, third eye, throat, heart, solar plexus, sacral root. Repeat. So back to what we were doing before. Make sure that you've got your left foot underneath you. Kick into it. Pull up. Step out. Down. Now we'll sink into the right side. We come up. Hands kind of cross a little bit. Come out. Imagine showing claws. I've got one teacher say this is black dragon showing claws. Nice thing. Then we'll go to the other side. Sink. Gather. Raise my palms. Start out facing towards me. Then turn away. As I stretch out, then I also step out. Sink here. Drop shoulders. Everything's kind of in tiger claw. As I come down, pull it in. Then I can relax the fingers. Press down. You'll find your breath within this. As I think and I inhale, turn it over, exhale. Here I might get another inhale and an exhale. Now from here, 3 plates up. Really bend the hands back, keep the elbows tucked in. Pivot at the elbows as I sink down, come up on the ball of your foot. Raise up, but leave your body where it is. Sink down again. Inhale, bring up. Exhale. One more time. I'm still on the ball of my foot. Then I can go heels down and up. Turn palms in. Come down. From here, we can I segue in. As I drop my weight, push my hips back. The hands float up. Float down. Push the hips back as the hands go up. Tiger claw. As if I'm scraping, pulling hips forward. Inhale. Exhale. Have this in such a flow that it feels as if the body's moving itself. Now bring the hands up, coil in front of you. We're going to do spinal cord breathing. So this will be my inhale, exhale. Roll the forearms together, and you're going to drop your tailbone, collapse your chest. My inhale, it's like I'm springing forward, filling with energy. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale, expansion. Feel it through your chest, shoulders, relax on the exhale. Bring the hands down, lower down chin. Bring the feet together, and with final twist, so you're going to look to your left, as far behind, put your eyes about 15 feet behind you. That's my inhale. Exhale, I come to center. Inhale, look to the right behind you. Exhale, come forward. Inhale to the left. Exhale, come forward. Inhale to the right. Sink into your left foot. Step out with the right. Extend left hand. So my right hand is going to be positioned by my left shoulder. My left hand is going to spiral, and I'm going to extend the fingers and the hand. As this moves, my elbow and my left foot move together. This hand is just going to come up as a shearing. As I roll through, now I'm going to turn this way. As I come around, I'm going to sink in the twist step. The arms extend. So I would be, if I'm facing the camera, I'm here. Come back, right hand, extend, left hand to the shoulder, move the right foot, come back around. Now with this, very similar to what we did with PW, as if you're doing an underhanded pass, really kind of get some nice stretch through here. Reach up, 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 turn the hand, palm now goes back. Right hand now comes forward, or at least my right hand. Turn it back. Left hand comes forward. My inhale. And you'll get your own timing on the breath, since we've got windmill hands. And then just bring it down in front. Float the hands up. One more time. Right hand right now stays here. You can step out a little bit, little Zen. Exchange, go to the other side. Circle inward. You're going to use your hips with this. Coming in, my hips move away, move forward. The idea is you want to have this to be as full body as you reasonably can. And then let's go two hands. If you feel any tension, relax through it and still keep the movement. And there we go. Yep. Last time. Once again, full body. Step out. Wuji posture. Legs underneath you. Sacral tucked in. Arms are out so you have like baseballs under your armpit. So you just get some space. You can stand and absorb. Nice deep breath as you stand. You can just feel and absorb. Now, as we go into that lung flow, we'll go back to what we were doing. If you want to use the sound, then the sound, obviously for the lungs, and you want to imagine a brilliant white light filling your lungs. Inhale, connecting to all the energy centers, and then filling your lungs with white light. And you can do the sound vocally or whisper. See, my camera moved out. One more time. Now a little bit different. Let me get closer. My camera changed angles on us. Now you're going to come up, same as we did. Raise the hands. And then as if you're scraping the inside of a bubble and breathing, extend and exhale through the mouth. Inhale. Exhale. Imagine you're resonating with energy coming up. And you exhale, you're sending energy out your palms and fingertips. I'll bring them down. Now come out to the side. Connect your index and your thumb. This is your inhale. Release, spread, and send your energy out on the exhale. Inhale, exhale. All the while, imagine your feet are about 4 feet into the ground. Inhale. Got a twine tied from the heavens to the top of your head, pulling your spine up. Drop the hands down. Go ahead and keep the connection between index finger and thumb. Bear holds ball in front. Public space, making new friends. Now they're all waiting on. Final deep breath in. Relax the hands. Sink into the right foot. Step out with the left. You can put your right hand behind you. We'll move to water flow. Left will come in. Spread out just a little bit more. I'm going to see if we can change the camera angle just a little bit. We're going to change this. I want you to come out, then kind of dip down. A little more of a flow. My camera's not behaving right now, but whereas before we bent at the waist for water flow and came up, now I want you to send out, sink into your left leg, push your right out, gather, and then shift your weight forward. So this is kind of a long-legged as I sink in and then come up. I'm going to see if I can't get a better camera angle. Shorten my body, so it's hard to see now. All right, that's a little bit better. As we step out, as I come down, this leg floats out. So I'm picking up off the ground and then shifting forward. Then I shift. This leg becomes straight. This one's bent. Follow the hand over. Think again. Up. Now we're going to keep it waist high. Inhale. Exhale. Now we're going to switch. This hand goes down. Left leg goes out. Scrape across the bottom. Change my leg. Now I'll come up, keep it at the waist. We'll come to neutral. Now the other water flow that I like, we come down as if I'm pulling energy through my kidney meridian, coming up through the center of my body. Drop the shoulders, come out. You want to do the sound? Sound is choice. Imagine the kidneys are brilliant deep blue. One more time. Air holds ball and bat. Any meditation? We'll break from that. Get ready to go into the liver. So with liver, imagine a deep, healthy green. The sound for liver is, but I'm going to pull up as if I'm resonating with all the energy. The liver, gallbladder, meridian, the liver organ itself. Imagine just showering down with energy. Turn the hands over and come out. Other side. Breathe in, resonating with energy. Showering, releasing. Very good. Nice. Now, let's come out to the side. Extend. I'm facing to my left. My left hand comes up. My mind is in my palm. The palm slides right over the forearm. Now the fingers of my right hand will point to my left elbow as if I'm slapping down, picking up an energy ball, coming in. Both palms up, extend the left, return by the chest on the right, and repeat the other side. Try and be very mindful of your body. If you can, sensing energy in the body, sensing nerve endings, how they respond. One more time. Hold the hands in front. Put your mind, lower down chin in your palm. You begin to feel the sensation of energy between your palms. On your inhale, expand that you no longer sense that connection. Then stop, exhale, bring it in. And now you're playing with, for lack of any better term, Qigong. But it's sensitivity to feel the flow of energy between your palms, your fingers. You can rotate your hands as you wish, but it's feeling. You want that internal feel of the connection between the palms. Bring them together and hold. Now here, we're going to kind of just rotate as if we're working with pistons. So bring the hands up. When you bring the hands up, my inhale, I'm leading energy up my spine. As I'm coming down, point your fingers back towards your center as you exhale and lead energy down to lower Dantian. Relax the fingers. Inhale, lead energy up the spine. Exhale, point the fingers back towards you, your center. Lead the energy down your center. A few times without commentary. One more time. Now just step out, raise your hands, standing Zhanshuang, standing like a tree. So as always, your feet are rooted, 4 feet in the ground. That's what you feel and you imagine. My knees slightly bent. Nothing is locked out. Tailbone is dropped. Chin is dropped. Spine is stretched towards the heavens. Shoulders are down. Elbows are not flared, but hanging. Palms rotated to about 30 degrees towards me. Stand and absorb the feel. Any tension, resistance in the mind or body, let it go. One more deep breath. Float the hands down. Now, float the hands up. So chest tight. Float the hands down. Mixing fire and water. Fire from heart. Water from lower down here. Now we're getting ready to go into the heart flow. Float the hands up. Float the hands down. Now, when you bring the hands up, the lady works the shuttle. So this is like the high block. I come in, spiral, left hand up, spiral out, up, push with the right hand, coil your right hand, coil your left. The fingers from your right will point to the elbow on the left. Bring the left hand down, coil the right hand up, and then press. Seems like a lot of instructions for a very simple move. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more time. Bring it all down. Come around the other way. We'll go immediately into cloudy hand. One hand, left hand, floats by the heart, connects with the heart energy. The right hand right now is just going through the air, then they switch. Right hand against heart, left hand floats. I do one breath. Inhale, exhale, inhale, you come up the third eye, connecting between the energy in your forehead and your palm. Drop back down into heart. Drop into lower dantian. Back up to heart. Bring the hands down. Your feet underneath you. Directly under your shoulders. So hips go back out, similar to what we did before. Hands float up. Come down. When you're doing this, let everything just loose. Feel as if you're swinging from the shoulders move up, and then there's just weightlessness, no resistance in any of the joints. Bring the hands down. You can kind of just move around, swirl. You're going to come up, pull from the kidneys as we did before. Come right up, heart mudra, diamond mudra from the heart. Raise the hands, elbows. Curl around. Connect with spleen energy. Push the hips back. Drop down. Take up earth energy and bathe. Connecting, resonating with energy centers. Pull up, out, lift, circle, bend, up, resonate. Nice. Very good. When we're doing more of these full body flows, try and feel where you may have any resistance, tightness, tension in your body, your joints, your mind. Relax it. We really want nothing stiff. That'll be a progressive realization. I can hear, I'll roll my knees together. I'll roll my spine up, spine vertebrae by vertebrae, coming out. So off the shoulders, let everything flow, nothing tense. If it helps to turn your torso a little bit, that's fine. You just want to find your rhythm so your mind is no longer engaged other than being aware. Now just raise the hands up, diamond mudra, standing meditation. You can either be sending energy out through your palms from your heart or taking energy in, or both, actually. My inhale, I can be bringing energy into my heart. My exhale, sending energy out. All right, going into stomach and spleen, the color is yellow. So I like with one starting with one hand, doing a one hand flow. So one hand's on lower dantian, comes down, circles around, gathers energy, condenses it in lower dantian. Right hand moves out. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Now both hands. Push the hips back as the hands go forward. Knees are not locked. More time. And meditation for earth energy, which is the stomach and spleen. Feet underneath you, elbows by your side, forearms parallel to the ground, fingers splayed, turn off to each side, stand and absorb. You can either do 4 gates, 5 gates breathing, where I'm breathing in through my palms and the sole of my feet. And then the exhale, I'm condensing it to lower dantian. So imagine bringing energy in through palms and feet. Feel it will come through my body into lower dantian. 5 gates breathing as I add the crown chakra as well. One more deep breath. And now, come in full triple warmer, coming up. Now, I can two choices. You can't see my hands here. I can either come down as we do with palms facing towards me, or I can come up with palms facing each other. The color for this is a purple. The sound is H-E-E. Like E. I also like home from prior training and discipline. Oh. And I can just do it silently or not at all. We're going to do one more of these. So one more. Reach out. Really try and sense everything. Just relax and sense. Bring the hands down. Feet together. Hands over lower dantian. Bamboo sways in the wind. So your feet are slightly out of V. Heels together. Once again, stand. Feel the energy and absorb. If you sway, fine. Sometimes in doing this, I'll suddenly feel like this wind rolling up my body. Just go with it. Don't add to it. Don't take away from it. And if you don't feel it, it's fine too. And that's it. Thank you, sir.
Awesome. What a great day to start your day, man. That's awesome.
That is a very good start to the day.
Yeah, and I haven't been able to make a few of your sessions lately, and I forgot how nice this is. And
Good. Well,
you had some new routines in there too, so which is nice.
yeah. Yeah, it's fun to add, our basic flow has been the same, but I've added some other kind of flows and you can kind of feel what you like. Work with each one of them as you remember. And then the ones that really seem to resonate with you, then just do more.
Yeah, they're all good. I honestly don't have a favorite or anything like that. I tell you, the one that I do really enjoy, believe it or not, the most is just plain standing meditation.
It is, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very, very calming to me. Yeah, so but it's all good.
Yeah. And I kind of share that. Don't really have a favorite. And there are some things where when I first start learning some of this, because when you're first learning, you're in your head, which is not where you want to be with Qigong. You want to be in your body, connect mind and heart and body together. But when you're first learning, we're all in our head. And so in doing that, then, I'm kind of, okay, I don't know about this. But then when I just relax and just feel, then it seems to come alive, and I go, ah, now I get it. And because I've got about 15 different qigong flows, modules, things like that. I like this one the best. I with you guys, I incorporate different pieces from different qigong systems in with this um, because they all kind of work together. But that standing meditation, the Zhangchuang, is actually one of the most beneficial actions you can take. And it's what you're doing with the mind. Because, if you're not engaging the mind to feel, the mind engage heart, mind and heart together, mind, heart with body and energy. So if you're not fully feeling that and resonating with it, which I know that you do, it's really just empty exercise. And it's not really even great exercise. We were just going here and here. So, unless have never moved in 20 years, it's not going to do much in terms of physical activity. But when you combine it with heart mind and feeling that resonating that energy, then it makes all the difference. And so when you're standing and standing meditation, sometimes I'll do that microcosmic orbit. Sometimes, and often I will do that. I'll do that as well in my sitting meditations as part of how when I get started. A lot of times I will focus on doing deep breathing, and I'll go through all the internal organs, same as we kind of do with the flow. Um, and there's a few other things I'll do in terms of breath, and then I'll do the microcosmic orbit with that. Sometimes you're just feeling. Sometimes you could stand and then just feel, and that you're listening for where you might be holding tension, and relax that. Um, and other times I'm just focused on the lower dantian. So it's what you do in that time,
Yeah.
and you know you your own soul will tell you where to go with that. So,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. It's really nice. Thank you for that. Yeah. Lately, yeah, I tell you what, the deep breathing exercises have become a pretty much a routine for me anymore.
Good.
I do
Good.
it like several times a day, and I do it in little short bursts. I do no more than 5 minutes at times. When I have the time or I feel like it, I extend that to about 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and man, I got to tell you, it works miracles for just resetting you, right? I mean, throughout the day, because your stress kind of accumulates over time
Mm-hmm.
in the day. And then when you have that release point for 5, 10 minutes, it's like starting all over again almost.
Isn't that
And
great?
yeah, it is great. And that feeling takes a little cultivation. It doesn't
Mm-hmm.
come the first time you do it, you
Right.
know, which is why the book that you gave, he and you too, like, hey, stick with it, just keep doing it, you'll realize the benefits of it over time.
Right.
And just like anything else we do, right, the first time you do qigong, you're like, I'm not sure if this is doing anything, but over time it manifests all of its benefits.
Yes.
And I'm really enjoying that. So, and
Excellent.
what else I wanted to tell you, Ranchi, is that when I breathe now, recently, past couple of weeks, 2, 3 weeks or so, I breathe into my belly. I have two parts to the breath. I fill my belly, and then the
Mm-hmm.
second part of it is that I bring the breath up in the top portion,
Right.
as though I'm expanding sideways, and
Mm-hmm.
sometimes
Good.
even front to back, right? So it starts to kind of like a little bit of a wave. So I fill out my belly, and then I fill out the top portion. And
Excellent.
it's almost like a force multiplier, right? And I do that 5 minutes, and then I open my eyes and I'm like, oh wow, this feels great, you know? So
Very powerful.
yeah, so it's starting to really be something. So yeah, I'm really, really enjoying it.
Excellent, man. It warms my heart. That's good stuff. Yeah, I know. When we first started doing this with everybody, I have to, there's always comes with instruction. Just keep doing it. The first few times, you're gonna go, this isn't doing anything. This is, this is silly. I feel stupid doing this. At least me learning this at first, those were some of my thoughts. And but then all of a sudden, it started kicking in when I started letting I quit focusing on how I thought I looked doing this, and I just focused on the feeling and the internal, and that's when it really begins to grow. And so now when I get started, yeah, it's, it's a whole different sensation.
Yeah, it is. It is, and this whole thing takes um, faith and belief in somebody, right? Because I don't know how you got started with all of this, but for me, at least, it wouldn't have been something that I would have done by myself. There's no way,
Right?
right? Because it's hard to see how this is beneficial, right? It's very slow movements. It's
Mhm.
just breathing, for crying out loud. What is that gonna? I mean, you breathe every day, right?
Right.
So it takes having a teacher that says, "Hey, trust me, this is gonna help you," so you're consistent with it, because that's the only time that you're gonna see the benefit, right? Because
Right.
if you're doing it consistently. How did you get started with all of this?
Well, the meditation I got started in my 30s, and that was the foundation for me. And I kind of knew because I struggled with meditation because I couldn't find any meditation teachers, so I just read and read and read. And eventually, Paramahansa Yogananda's group, Self Realization Fellowship, was instrumental in kind of teaching me the meditation portion of it. But I resisted joining Qigong. As I got in more and more into martial arts, I resisted it. I understood the benefit mentally, but I really didn't do anything when I tried it. It was too weak, too slow. It wasn't where I was to see the value of
Right.
it. And then, I mean, some of it was, Mr. Price, where Troy would say, you need to start working on as you get older, strength and lengthening your tendons rather than doing the contraction workouts, the muscle workouts that we do. And I heard it and I listened and I kind of gave some mental assent, but didn't really practice it. And then I started reading more and more about teachers on the internal side of the art that I really respected, and they all said you need qigong, meditation. There's something, that you need something to connect with the energy that's there. And some of the other arts that I studied kind of alluded to the same thing. So how do you get there? And I started out with eight brocade, um, and started with that. I didn't like that as well after doing it, and I realized that I would need to give it time. And so typically what I do is I give everything 90 days, 30, 60, 90 days. With this, I gave 90 days with a relaxation of that. How do I do it in watching movies? You have a willing suspension of disbelief that kind of comes along with. So I just kind of say, I'm going to go with what they say, and I'm going to try and feel what they say I should feel. But really, I just needed to be mindful in my body, and that's when it started to happen. And so after the 30 days, I felt more refreshed. 60 days, I felt more relaxed, but 90 days, I felt more energized. And I started noticing, like doing the standing Zantron, that there was, and I would do that in the gym. I would just go find a private corner, and at Lifetime in Raleigh, there was enough little private corners I could get to where I didn't think I could be seen, at least not by lots of people. And, and I would just either do some of my forms, I would do the Ciroc drills that we do, but that would also stand, and I would do some of the other stuff with that. And that's really where I began to feel as I just relaxed into it. I began to feel the benefits more and more from that. So, I mean, that's how I got started. I just kind of not stumbled my way into it. It was intentional because I kept hearing teachers that I pay attention to kept saying this is a vital part. And the hook for me was especially as we got older. Um, and knowing our jobs are stressful, and it's a lifestyle that we live, with what you do and what I used to do. We're always, and every job has its own stress, but I just knew from what we did, you're constantly on go. It's always a lifestyle thing. That stress builds up, you know. And just when you're relaxing at 10 o'clock at night, you get that text from a client, and then you kind of have to deal with some of that in order to be efficient and effective. So that's how I got started. Now it's become an integral part of what I do, and I went into a lot of deep study and dive, and read everything Dr. Young Ming wrote, every book he put out. You know, I apparently bought multiple copies because you have to see my. I have to. I get doubles in my. I get excited about new things and new books, but I just didn't just read them and studied them. The videos that some of those I passed along, but I went and found books that went back to the original document, and then were transcribed, translated, read those. It's a lot of flowery material because they were written from an oral transference, which is always more illustrative in order to create a vision in your head as they passed it down. And separating some of that from what I felt was a little more superstition, but um, it's been impactful. So,
Yeah, yeah, it's really nice. Most people don't realize that, it's kind of like a bird that's born in a cage. They don't know anything else, right? We live in a state of stressed, physiological stress so much that we don't even realize that it's bad for us.
right,
Yeah. And you need that. It's like a pressure relief valve. You need that valve to kind of de-stress at some point during the day, so your heart rate is elevated, your blood pressure is up, and you're anxious and you don't feel right all day long, and you don't realize it until you learn to sit, close your eyes, and breathe. And at the end of 5, 10 minutes, you're like, oh, this is what it's like not to be stressed, right? And then it and then it
novel.
and then it becomes addictive.
Yeah,
Like, now I know how to relax, and come off of that fight or flight mode that I'm in constantly, you
yeah,
know, and and that has been super, super beneficial. And
excellent.
it makes you a better person. You're not, you don't get angry all the time. You know what I mean? You're just in a much better state of mind than you would be if you're like, constantly under stress. Just one thing just sets you off, and you start yelling at people and getting, saying stuff that you're going to regret later, and all kinds of
Right,
stupid stuff. you know People wonder sometimes what happens to these people that pick up these guns and shoot people, just go out and mass murder people. Something
right,
happens to these people, right? My opinion is that they don't have a relief. Now that may be oversimplifying it a little bit, but the concept is the same, right? People just don't know how to come off of this rat race that, for whatever reason, our environment has shaped in a manner that, we've got to be on the go all the time to keep up. Life is fast. You get in your car, you do 80 miles an hour to get somewhere. News is always negative. The world is falling apart here. This, that, and you don't realize that you're in that state 24/7, and that's not healthy for you.
right. True.
So
Very true.
I'm very appreciative of all of this. I really am.
Absolutely. My
So,
pleasure.
so thank
All right,
you.
my friend. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you. So it always warms my heart hearing you and like Miguel with what you get out of it.
Hmm.
And knowing from our first conversation, and I knew when I first brought this out, it's a simple thing. And it's, you know, when I first did, I went, I don't want to do this. It's like I want to learn how to do that. But then my journey has always been somewhat internal as well. So I started, he's really paying attention to it. Profound. It was just profound.
Yeah.
So love seeing, your reports of how it's changing you and how you deal, Miguel, with coping skills and learning how to do all that. And everybody that I've shared this with that has used it consistently has come back with the same thing. If you stop after 3 months, well,
Yeah.
you won't get any benefit. But
And you know what else? I honestly think from the back door, this, like you and I are passionate about our martial arts. I think this really enhances that also.
yeah,
I really do. I really think it does.
mhm,
Learning how to relax and stay focused can be lethal if
yep,
if you know how to channel all that focus and energy and don't just waste it on flailing and yelling and screaming and sticking your chest out. You know what I mean? When you stop doing all of that, because all of that is waste of energy, right?
right,
And when you're focused, and I'm going to tell you right now, buddy, if I ever come across somebody who is that focused in a confrontation, I'm telling you, I'm going to stay away from that person. Now I know. You go, that guy can kick your ass because he's not getting mad, right?
that's
He's
right.
yeah, he's focused, and so I think that has huge benefits in that aspect of it also.
Okay, it
Yeah.
does.
So
The
anyway,
ability to stay relaxed, yeah, that's just it. Stay relaxed and focused, and then just feel that, even though somebody is coming in with bad intent. I mean, it keeps you from being reactionary. And yes, when you focus, especially put your mind in lower down can as you move, the power increase will be amazing.
yeah,
It'll be substantial.
yeah, yeah, and that's when you know, I don't know, small people, 5'4" Troy Prices can beat up people twice as big as he is. But yeah, all of this is really good, buddy. I appreciate all of that. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I just wanted to let you know that I appreciate all of this.
Absolutely. My pleasure. All right, my friend. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too.
We'll see you.
Bye.
Bye.